Hey everybody, welcome back to Virtual Boys. I wanted to try something that I haven't done before, which is kind of a product review. I'm not expecting to do a lot of these, but I've been using this wheel for about a year now, a little under a year, and with Forza 7 coming out soon, which, you know, I figure a lot of people are going to be looking for steering wheels, and I really love this wheel, and it took me a couple of different purchases to find the right one. So I thought I'd show you it, I'd show you some video of it, me playing Forza 6 with it, and I'd talk about why I like it so much. This isn't endorsed by Thrustmaster or anything. I wish it was, because they might have sent me a free wheel instead of me spending almost 200 quid on one. But yeah, I hope you like it, I hope it helps. Yeah, let's get on with it. So I started about a year and a half ago. I bought a Thrustmaster 458 Spider, which is the £80 in the UK. Cheaper wheel that Thrustmaster sell, and it comes with the pedals and the wheel, obviously, and I instantly didn't get on with it because there's no force feedback, there's no rumble, there's no pulling on the wheel as you use it. It feels very plasticky. It felt just like using a toy wheel, which I know all steering wheels for games consoles are toys technically, but it didn't help me play racing games. It probably hindered it because even using the controller, you've got the rumble in the triggers, and so you can kind of feel when your wheels are slipping, and yeah, I just didn't enjoy it at all. So I started looking for something slightly better. A lot of the Thrustmaster wheels and the other wheels that are available are really expensive. You're paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But then they released, I think about a year ago, they released the TMX, which retails for £180, I think, in the UK. You can currently get it on Amazon for 120. But it's 180, which is kind of a midway point. It uses the same pedals as the Spider, so they're the same kind of plastic pedals. But the difference is, this is force feedback. It's got two different kinds of force feedback. It's got rumble, so you kind of regular, vibration, and it's also got, I don't know what it's called because I'm not a wheel aficionado, but it's got the pull on the wheel, so it fights you, kind of steering it like a real wheel would. It kind of pulls, and yeah, you have to fight the wheel, and that's exactly what I was looking for, because it feels like driving a real car. You can actually, you're actually reacting to how the car's moving when you go in the corner, or when you hit the brakes, when you collide with another car. You're actually having to pull and fight with it, and it feels really great. I don't know whether it's improved my driving, but it's improved my enjoyment of playing driving games. I'm not a car lover, but I'm enjoying trying all the different cars in a game like Forza, because they actually feel different to drive, and the wheel feels different as you're trying all the different cars. So all the footage in this video is of Forza 6. I'm obviously going to be using this with Forza 7 when it comes out. So you can see it's got all the regular buttons on the front of the wheel. It's got no triggers, obviously, because they're the pedals. It's got gear. It's got metal gear changers on the back of the wheel, which is nice. I tend to drive automatic because I'm terrible, but they're there. You can control every part of the game with this. It's got a D-pad on it. It's got all the buttons. It's got your back. It's got your menu. So yeah, you don't have to use a controller when this is plugged in. It's also worth pointing out that the TMX works with PC natively as well. You just plug it in, works with all your PC games. I've tried this with Forza 6 on Windows. I've tried it with Dirt Rally on Steam. Works totally fine. The Spider, which I previously used and didn't like, didn't work on PC. There wasn't even hacks available to make it work. It was just Xbox One. So that's kind of not so good. I'm pretty sure they do a PlayStation 4 version of this wheel. I'd quite like this to work on PlayStation 4 because I love Drive Club, but it doesn't. This is Xbox One and Windows. But that's enough for me. That covers probably 90% of my driving games. So yeah, I mean, you can see in this footage, you can see me having to fight the force feedback. I think you probably get a good idea of how the wheel works. I mean, it feels great. It's heavy. It doesn't feel plasticky. It doesn't feel like a toy, and that's the key for me. That's why I like it so much more than the Spider, and I'd recommend it any day of the week. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking for a wheel, I would definitely recommend the TMX. I think it's a good midpoint without dropping hundreds and hundreds of pounds. It's still expensive, still £180. It's $200 in the US. You know, it kind of it's worth it if you play a lot of racing games and you want a wheel. I would say don't go cheap. Don't just buy the cheapest one that's available, because if you're like me, you're likely just having to sell that for nothing and then spending more money for a better wheel. And I think in the case of a controller, I think quality is very important. It's why the Elite controller sells so well. It's why crappy third-party controllers are terrible. So yeah, take that forward with your steering wheels as well as your gamepads. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I probably won't be doing many hardware reviews, but who knows? Maybe some more will pop up in the future. So yeah, thanks very much. Catch you later. Bye-bye.